Hey everybody, welcome to our maths lesson for Wednesday, the 20th of March. You guys have been doing a really great job with fractions this week. You're adding and subtracting fractions. Thank you to those people who have jumped on and had a go at the challenge to take themselves a bit further. And I can tell people have been watching the Help Me videos. Number one, because my YouTube channel tells me, but number two, because of the improvement people are showing in their knowledge of how they're going about adding and subtracting fractions. Today we're going to go back and have a look at comparing fractions. You did a little bit of this last week, and I must admit, you're pretty good at it. So we're going to take it to the next level today, and we're going to really aim for accuracy. So we're going to order fractions, which you guys are really great at, but I also want to see that you understand the size of the fractions too in relation to each other. So that's going to be the key thing from today. So let's have a look at what we are going to do for our APK before we get started. So APK, I have right here half a pizza, a Southwest chicken pizza from Town and Country, delicious. In fact, I might even have that for dinner tonight. What I want you to do is draw this pizza and show me all the different ways I could eat it. So for example, right now, I could just pick that whole thing up and say that is half a pizza. Or I could get my knife and I could cut it along there and eat this much of it, which would be a quarter. Or I might eat both of those. So it might be 2/4. I want you to show me as many different ways you could eat this pizza, different fractions. All right, you should have paused and done that. So let's move on. Our learning intention today is we're learning to compare the size of fractions. So compare is the key word. Last week we did a bit of ordering, which is our first success criteria. I can order fractions, and we have a pretty good understanding of the order of fractions because the denominator kind of tells us. But today we're going to show the size and our knowledge of the size of fractions. So that's the most important part. It's all about accuracy today. You don't have to be bang on millimeter perfect, but it needs to be a keyword we use a lot in maths, reasonable. So where you put it, your fraction on a number line today needs to be in a reasonable spot. So what does that mean? Well, I went for a little walk around my house and I didn't find it because I knew where it was, this coffee table I have in my lounge room. Now I've taken the picture from above, so it looks flat. I'm going to use this to help me create a number line. This is kind of what you guys are going to be doing today. So I've taken a picture of my coffee table. At the moment it's a shape. So from grade 2, we've been cutting shapes into fractions. That's what we're going to do to help us with a number line. So to make it really obvious, I'm going to draw a big thick line above here, and that can be my number line. Now, all I need to do to work out where to accurately place each fraction is, first, if I want to put a half on, I can cut my shape in half, about even. Hey, look at that, it's made a little mark at the half, so I can put a half there. Then if I want quarters, I know I can put lines there, and I've got a quarter. If I want to put an eighth on, see, I'm using a strategy right now. I'm halving. That's helping me with all of my multiples of 2, or of 4. So an eighth is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, can I use this strategy to put my third in? No, because it's not a multiple of 4. So I'm going to get rid of these, but I'm going to leave my fractions up there because they're all in a reasonable spot right now. Something I can do is I can use and I'm just going to get rid of this for a second, this thing in the background, a fraction wall. So at the moment on my number line, I've got my quarter in, And as we can see up here, a third is a little bit bigger than a quarter, but not as big as a half. It's not quite halfway, so it's a bit closer to a quarter. So I can go back to where I was, and let's get this line in the same spot. I might even put it there so we can read it. So it's not quite in the middle of these two. So it's not there. It is a bit closer. So if I go there, I can go a third. Now, to check, I'm going to draw a line there. Then I'm going to get my fingers and do, it's hard to do with the camera, do this. So I'm going to use it to measure how much space is in that third, then check the next one, then check the next one, and I should get to the end with about the same distance. So that's where my finger went to, and if I look, that, and that are pretty similar. So two strategies there. I use some halving, I use factors and multiples, and I also just use my fingers to estimate and check. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be reasonable. All right, so what are you guys doing? You are doing exactly what I just showed you. So you're going to find something in your house, get creative. So I said you could use your couch. You could use your dog, not real life. Take a picture of your dog laying, if it's laying asleep. What a great number line. Use your clothesline. Anything, take a picture of it, and then you're going to put these fractions on it. 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/8, and 1/10. I apologize for how the fractions look on the video. Can't get them above each other like we want to, but you can infer the numerator and denominator there. So draw on those fractions on your number line. Most of you are going to be pretty good at this because we saw it from you last week, but if this seems easy, my challenge for you, which isn't the actual challenge, I want you to do that too, is to get this as accurate as possible. So I want each of your sections. So when you put 1/5 on, I want you to be able to prove that there are 5 equal sections that you've cut your shape into to create your number line. I strongly recommend most people jump onto the Challenge Me after they've completed this, because I think most of you are capable. I think most of you are able to take this a bit further. If you're unsure, the Help Me videos on Google Classroom. Once you've nailed this, jump onto the Challenge Me on Google Classroom also and have a go at that, please. Your reflection today is the same as it has been all week. Well, there's only really one answer, isn't there? There's your number line. I want you to explain how you made it accurate. So you can draw, you can record, you can voice explain, same as Monday and Tuesday. I've really enjoyed listening to your justifications and your reasoning. You're really showing that you're understanding your maths at the moment, which is spot on. Okay, enjoy. Don't forget to help me and challenge me.